Welcome to my Tekken 6 Devil Jin combo guide. I will first and foremost be going over his staple combos for you to learn, so that you understand his basics, as well as get a feel for using his moves and combos. Thereafter I will talk about his more advanced combo techniques, which is great if you have good execution to back it up, and you're aiming for better combo optimization, more versatility, more damage. I will also include a section of how to do combos properly against KUMA, because he is very different, along with Panda obviously. So, there are 4 main moves I'm going to introduce you to that are 4 performing Tekken 6 Devil Jin's combos. His jab, or his 2 jab, both of them are very important. His Demon Cyclone, forward 3-1. His down forward 1+2, which is a great bound tool. And last but not least, 1+4. This move will save any combos that you're about to draw. It has a very low hitbox and is fast. So, going over his staple combos. They all revolve around Demon Cyclone. Almost all of them. Forward 3-1, cancel into a spinning dash with forward at the end. You can see my movement history if you need it. Practice this a few times, and then you're going to want to input it after doing an electric. After that, his 2 jab. And lastly, down forward 1+2. So the full combo is electric, Demon Cyclone, 2 jab, and down forward 1+2. Regarding the combo enders, and this is very important for Devil Jin staples, you should only be going for one of these 2. Down forward 3-2-4, or forward 3-1. Forward 3-1 is great for Oki because you can dash out of it again. Meanwhile, down forward 3-4 has great wall carry. That means that you can use the first 2 hits, down forward 3-2, to grant you a wall combo. Or, alternatively, if you would be further away from the wall, down forward 3-4 would carry your opponent all the way over. Regarding the Wind Godfist in Tekken 6, it recovers slower than Electric Wind Godfist. That means that you're going to have to execute forward 3-1 on a bit later of a timing than after an electric. The second most important launcher that Devil Jin has is while standing 2. Here you're also doing the Demon Cyclone. The important thing is that you do not execute it instantly, because that will whiff. You have to hold the forward input until your Devil Jin is close enough to your opponent. If you do it for too long, you're going to get while running free. So this is a timing you have to pick up on by yourself in practice mode. So go and practice it. Next up, down 3+4. This is his basic -15 launch punish. And unfortunately, its recovery is so horrible. You have to do 1+4 afterwards, because his Demon Cyclone will whiff, sadly. So the combo is 1+4, jab, down forward 1+2. That's his most basic staple combo after it. As for counter it down forward 2, which you might accidentally get sometimes when trying to do an electric. It's a similar situation to doing down 3+4, aka cancan, except that you are able to connect Demon Cyclone, but the timing is very strict. So I would still recommend you to use 1+4, jab, down forward 1+2. Next launcher, sidestep 2. After sidestep 2, you want to do up 1+2. This will give you his laser. If you don't use it, you're gonna see your opponent has their body towards the ground. This is horrible for any kind of combo ender. So instead, you do his up laser, and then you dash in and you do down forward 1-2. You can also try to do down forward 1+2. If you find that easier, it's great. Otherwise, just do down forward 1-2, because down forward 1 is only 13 frames, so it's easy. Counter hit back 4. Counter hit back 4 is a very unique launcher because your opponent is facing downwards, down towards the ground. This means that any other ender you would usually do is going to whiff, except for down forward 3-4. So the combo specifically here is down forward 1-2, so not his big one, but down forward 1-2. Dash in to down forward 3-4. You might need a bit of practice for this, but it's very important that you learn it because back 4 is an incredibly powerful move in Tekken 6. Knockdown on normal hits, wall splat on normal hits. Next launch I'm going to talk about, forward 2, 4. So the last hit of 4-2-4. It's the exact same staple as counter hit back 4. Devil Jin's Hell Sweep on counter hits. The unique thing about it is that your opponent is backwards, as you can see. Raven is backwards right here. So there's a few follow-ups you want to keep in mind. Devil Jin's #1 consistent follow-up here is 4-4-3-1-4. His easiest follow-up would be his Laser Scraper. But the problem with it is, if you accidentally delay the Laser Scraper a little bit, it's going to whiff. So instead, 4-4-3-1-4 is the most consistent you have. The next launcher is very niche, 4-4-3 on counter hit. This is a very unique launch where you cannot pick up with 1+4. You cannot do down forward 1-2. Instead, here you do down forward 1+2. And there's only one follow-up that I recommend. Is Demon Cyclone, except you do the 4 extension. 4-4-3-1-4. Alright. I almost forgot to talk about up 4. Up 4 is a move where you have to transition into Devil Jin's fly stance by holding up 4 and up. Let me enable the command history. And then press free. So fly free. This will put your opponent in a bounce situation, and you have two options here. Down forward 3-4, fully consistent. Alternatively, sides up left, 1+4, into Laser Scraper. That's it. This is obviously the better combo, giving you more damage, more wall travel, but if you need just an ick of damage, 58 damage from down for 3-4 is still great. Any other potential launchers that I have not mentioned already are irrelevant, so forget about them. Now it's time to talk about Devil Jin's wall staples in Tekken 6. The main staple wall combos I would recommend to anyone is the following. 4-2. 4-2 will work after any bound except down forward 1+2 because you recover crouching, so it's very difficult to hit afterwards unless you have good crouch cancels. Instead, use it after down forward 1-2, use it after Hell Sweep, or use it after up forward 3. Next wall combo is if you're at the wall, you can hit the opponent with up forward 3 for bound, and right after that, execute his Laser Scraper. This does good damage and has really good OK. So I would recommend you to learn this. Up forward 3, Laser Scraper. Practice this in practice mode. And you want to make sure you delay the last hit. Not like that, but like this. Because that's going to give you extra damage. Because the opponent is hit when their ass is on the ground. It's true. The absolute easiest wall combo you have in this game with Devil Jin is down for 3-4. It's just as good as a wall combo as it is a combo ender. You will use it when you don't feel like you're confident you're going to hit anything else. And you just want to do some damage. You can always delay the last hits if you want a bit more damage. Otherwise, it's fine to do it all at once, if you want. It will work after any single hit bound, which includes down forward 1+2, and of course, up forward 3. Okay, advanced combo techniques with Devil Jin. I caught a bit of a cold in the middle of making this video, so I apologize if I sound a bit congested. But let's go. First piece of advice, and this is very niche, you're not going to use this a lot. If your opponent doesn't hold forward after you hit them with counter hit back forward 2, they will be launched by anything underneath 20 frames of startup. So you can do an electric, you can do cancan, and you will get yourself some unscaled damage. But as for the actually important stuff, this would be dash jabs, and they serve two purposes. First is to extend wall travel. The way I would use them for wall travel is like this. So what I did there was 2 electrics, 3 dash jabs, and down for 3-4. And I got wall. The second purpose of dash jabs is if you drop a combo. So let's say you're doing 2 electrics, but you mess up. It's good to pick up with dash jabs afterwards, because it's going to let you get at least a wall, and it's pretty easy to do as well. And you can get a simple combo, down forward 1+2, bound. It works after any jabs. Some specific follow-ups you have after dash jabs are 1-1. So let's say I do 3 dash jabs after 2 electrics, I have 1-1, and I get my wall combo. Alternatively, after a total of 6 hits, including the combo launcher, so 2 electric for example, and 4 dash jabs, you can hit the opponent with 1+4. It's very difficult to do, but it's going to maximize your wall travel without using your bound. Let's see if I can do it here. There you go. I got the wall with that. It's very difficult to do, and I recommend you place a bind on your controller. In this case I have put L1 as left punch plus right kick. Also, never try to use 1-1-2 in combos, it always drops. Now let's continue. His electric combos. As you can see, 2 electrics actually connect. The Demon Cyclone. So this will be your new staple if you are decent at execution. There you go, 109 damage. It's not very easy to do that, hitting CD1 on wallsplat, low wallsplat, but it gives a lot of damage. Now, the trick to landing this combo, which might be hard at first, it's 2 instant electrics. You have to be able to do electrics instantly. After that, you do an instant forward 3-1, forward 2. If you see me delay it, I whiff. So it has to be instant. Alright? Now, some things to note about this combo. It's, first of all, size of right will make it whiff. Not like that. But in any case, it makes it inconsistent, as you can see. You will have to change up your combo. Either you dash into a jab, and this works perfectly fine. Alternatively, you have his normal staple. It will still work from sides of right. I can do it. There you go. But the last alternative I would recommend you is, if you are very skilled, you can do 2 electrics, deep dash into while standing 4. Down forward 1+2 bound. Here, Demon Cyclone into down forward 3-2-4 is going to connect. I highly recommend you going for this combo if you have the execution. It's going to give you great wall travel, great damage, and it looks stylish as hell. And it is consistent, only from sides of right. From sides of left, the 2 electric Demon Cyclone combo is going to work. So it's fully consistent, don't worry about that. Only sides of right is where you change things up. If you're the kind of person who likes a short 2 electric staple, sort of like Tekken 7 Devil Jin, where you do electric, forward 4, you have an equivalent, which would be electric, outward 1+2, and then you can follow it up, which wants to work. There we go. Forward 3-1, forward 2, and then electric. If you remember the staple I showed you earlier, with while standing 4, you can do it as well. And then run up electric. Does more damage. Now, if you are interested in Devil Jin's Hellfire Cannon, or up 1+2, you can connect Demon Cyclone afterwards by doing a very deep dash forward 3-1. As you can see, it gives more damage, but it's very inconsistent. You will never get it from the side. Some more tips for electric combos is, because the opponent is so high up into the air, you can do jabs into Laser Scraper, which is great if you're next to the wall, because you can get a high wall splat. There you go. That is very difficult to pull off. The last combo tip for the electric section is 3 electric into down for 1+2 bound. As you can see, It works. I messed up my ender, but it is very hard to do. The input for free electric bound is electric, short dash electric, and then an instant electric after that. If you do that properly, you can do down for 1+2 and hit your opponent. And I will tell you, do not ever do this in a real match. You will drop the combo. Moving away from electric combos, and let me talk to you about the Demon Cyclone Staple. That is what you can do. You are going into the regular Staple as usual, but you want a bit more wall travel, a bit more damage. You can dash into while standing 4 after his 2 jab in the combo, and you will still hit down for 1+2 after. It is essentially just getting more damage and extending your wall travel. You have a few different ways of doing it as well. The easy way, you can just do a simple jab, and then while standing 4. This is much easier, but it's good if you're starting off and you want to start using while standing 4 in your Devil Jin combos. In any combo where you're doing this, forward 3-1, forward and then 2, you can actually replace the 2 jab with while standing 4. You can. It's not easy, but it is very possible for a bit more damage. There we go, 110 damage. It's 1 more damage, but it's very stylish to do while standing 4 instead of 2. Now, let's talk about while standing 2. You have this regular staple as earlier, but you can also go in with a dash electric into jabs. And on a bad connection online, you should not be doing this. But it is very satisfying to go into dash jabs, 2 jab, into while standing 4. The highest damage option is actually doing electric. And this, if you're able to, you can actually hit while standing 4 directly after your electric, but that's kind of hard to do, so I don't recommend it. For a shorter combo, it's quite perfect to do electric into dash jabs, because you can just change how long the wall travel will be with your dash jabs. So 2 dash jabs gives that wall travel. 3 dash jabs will give you this wall travel. And an important disclaimer here is that you do not do this on bears. Jab or 2 jab more often than not will whiff against a bear. So don't do it. Yeah, so that's a pretty crazy combo you can do after while standing 2. You can just do dash electrics into down for 1-2 at the wall, but very tough. The best wall travel you can get with Devil Jin, including bound, so including this move, it would be there we go. That is incredibly hard to pull off because you need essentially perfect dash jabs, something close to it. Perfect dash in into 1+4. That is his max wall travel. If you want to go for a less difficult version, it would be this. Single jab, 1+4, down for 1+2 bound. It works, it's going to get you to the wall in most scenarios, but it can't give you cross-map wall travel. You can also do the difficult combo with 2 electrics into jab, 1+4. There we go. That would be the 2 electric version. They do about the same damage. If you prefer 2 electric, go with that. If you remember what I was saying about side-step-right electric, well, always remember that down for 3-4 is better from the right. So, even in your hell sweep combo, like this, you can do this. Side-step right, 1+4, down for 3-4. That works. Good to know. Now, I want to talk about while standing 1-2. While standing 1-2, especially when done from a waifu, is amazing for wall travel. You can do it from either, you know, running up crouch while standing 1-2, or from a waifu. Waifu instant while standing 1-2. If you have a look at the opponent's reaction here, they flip over. When your opponent flips over in the middle of a combo, that means they are going to be placed higher on the wall. And this is great, because you want them to be as high as possible on the wall so you have time to dash in, do your laser scraper, or perhaps you can even do CD1, right? If you remember Devil Jin's counter hit forward for 3 combo, you can actually follow it up with 1+4 instead of 4-4-3-1-4. This is great if you want a bit more wall travel. It's just a good thing to keep in mind. Maybe if you love this combo a bit more, you might just find something that I haven't found. So please drop that in the comments down below. If you're doing a short combo with down forward 1-2 as your bound, you can hit CD1 afterwards. This is something you'll see a lot in the old combo videos from TheMainManSWE and Deity Devil, or Deity Devil maybe. 78 damage, that's pretty good, but it has the Heaven's Gate Oki, and I know some people might like that. And it looks sick. Now, I will show you something very, very specific. And it's about 2 of Devil Jin's moves. Up forward 4, forward 4. I'll credit TheMainManSWE for having this. Specifically when your left shoulder is facing the wall, like this. Forward 4 is much more strict, but it is possible. If you see yourself getting a 2-hit combo like this, it means you are 1 frame off from getting it. So you need to be 1 frame faster. It's very, very strict. There we go. So forward 4 and up forward 4, both are launchers with the side wall next to your shoulder. Okay, so from back turn you have a couple launchers that you can look at. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. It's not 100% consistent, but it can work. And it gives a decent launch here. Right. Your follow-up should probably be something like Demon Cyclone into 1+4 string. From sidewalk right, it's going to look like this. Or you can do Demon Cyclone into down for 3-4, like we said earlier, because you were angled to the right of your opponent. His second back turn launcher, which is a lot more consistent, is down for 3-4, fly into 3. So you have 4-2 here, which gives you some crazy back turn Oki. As you can see here, I got a reset. You can also do 1+4 into down for 3-4. From the left, it's a bit harder. So from the left, you're probably sticking with something simpler. You can do down for 3-4 instantly. That works. So let's talk about Devil Jin's combo enders in Tekken 6. I already showed you all of them essentially, but it's good for you to know when you can use each one. So from sidestep right, Demon Cyclone into down for 3-4 works on a pretty short combo. Electric, electric. While standing 4. There you go. Demon Cyclone down for 3-4 will work there. It won't work from straight on unless you're playing against KUMA, and it won't work from the sidestep left. Another combo ender you can use after a short combo, preferably 2 electric into down for 1+2, it is this. Demon Cyclone 2-2. It is a pretty cool combo ender. It does decent damage, 74 damage, and it will give you the wall. That's sort of what you want with this combo. If on the other hand you want some damage in Oki, you have this Demon Cyclone 2 into electric. So a regular dash electric after. 1+4 pushes your opponent so little away that it is pretty amazing if you're like super close to the wall. The next combo ender I've already talked to you about. It is instant while standing 1-2. I have it from Waifu. which is more wall travel and faster to do, or you dash in, crouch, while standing 1-2. It's pretty good. Back 1-2 is a pretty amazing combo ender for just really long wall travel. It's not going to get you to the wall, but it will get your opponent there. So it's pretty cool. So as you can see, it will even hit your opponent after Devil Jin's max wall travel combo. So back 1-2 is pretty good for wall travel, but again, Devil Jin won't actually be catching up with the opponent. It's good to know. If you're doing a completely normal staple combo like this, you can do his Demon Cyclone EWGF Ender. If you're doing a longer combo though, his 2 electric Demon Cyclone combo, you will have to do a short dash electric. A very short dash electric after your Demon Cyclone. Alright, so keep that in mind, put it into practice mode, whatever you need is going to help you out. So it's time for the wall combo section of this video, the advanced ones. And I will be teaching you everything you should be knowing about these wall combos, and after that I'll talk to you about, against bears, what you do for their wall combos, because you get a lot of damage against them. So, first move I want you to keep in mind is Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate is actually an incredible wall combo with a lot of damage and good OK afterwards. So I recommend you to use it, and one way is that you do it on low wall splat on a normal wall splat. What does that mean? Well, a normal wall splat is just when your opponent is like this, back up against the wall. Low wall splat is when their ass hits the ground. So if you can time Heaven's Gate with when their ass hits the ground, you will get 70% scaling for the first hit and always 100% scaling for the second hit. And that is pretty incredible, so use that if you can. How to hit it after a bound at the wall? You should only be using down forward 1-2 into CD1. You can actually do down forward 1+2 bound into CD1 if you do a quick crouch cancel. You have to be crazy for this. So there you see, down forward 1+2, crouch cancel CD1 actually works. If you remember properly, earlier I had said upward 3 into laser scraper is one of his best wall combos that you can do, and it is. But you can actually do down forward 1+2 into laser scraper. So you should just tap up after down forward 1+2 and then do your laser scraper. Very fast, very fast. Now against normal opponents and you have a normal wall splat like this and you want to maximize your bound damage before Heaven's Gate, jab down for 1-2. Instant timing. This will give you the most damage. After a 2-hit bound, like down forward 1-2, right? You can hit 2 back 4. This does not work on bears. Keep in mind it does not work on bears. They have a different one. They actually do down forward 1 back 4. But it works on normal opponents. 2, back 4. With a special timing. You cannot do it instant. It will whiff. You do it as soon as you see Wang's legs there start to sprawl out. That's the moment you want to hit 2. Alright. So as soon as they start sprawling out, 2, back 4 will work. Alright. Something I have to demonstrate is that if you do a combo and you are maybe a meter away from the wall, you do down forward 1 into back 4. So let's see if I can give a pretty accurate example here. There we go. I was relatively close to the wall and therefore I could do down forward 1 into back 4. So you just have to dash in before doing back 4 and this will count as your wall combo. Next up I want to talk to you about electric into down 4. Electric into down 4 is a sort of classic for wall combos. It is meant to work when you are so far away that you only can hit the opponent with an electric. You do electric into down 4. Now let me tell you about Resplats in this game. Tekken 6 Devil Jin with his Resplats. You can use 1+4, but its damage is mediocre. Therefore you have while standing 1-2 instead. it's a little difficult to do, but I'll try to demonstrate. As you can see, the opponent gets pretty high up on the wall, which is great for damage. If they fly away from the wall like that, you can actually do down for 1+2 bound. There you go. 95 damage, as opposed to something like the regular wall combo, 70 damage. That's a 25 damage increase if you do the proper resplat like this. There you go. I did it again. It is incredibly high damage, and I recommend you to experiment with this if you want to be cracked with Devil Jin. But otherwise it's pretty chill. So absolutely lastly for this guide, I'll be showing you KUMA wall combos. And they're essentially the same as the normal wall combos that you have. Except that after down for 1-2, you cannot do 2 into back 4. You will have to do down forward 1 into back 4. Specifically with a dash in. Because if you compare the animation here he's just regularly wall splatted. But if I dash in, he sort of like, I don't know, he shakes his ass on the wall or some shit. It's better, alright? And back 4 is going to connect. So against KUMA you do that. You do down for 1-2 bound. Or if you want you can do CHb4 bound. Down for 1, back 4. That works. 100% consistent. The second note about KUMA is what you can do when you have high wall splat. If you do while standing 1-2 high wall splat, you can actually do his up laser into a wall combo. I personally cannot pull this off, but I will show you a MainManSWE clip where he actually does this, and it's pretty insane. So that's the kind of potential that you have against KUMA. But I will show you also that KUMA's huge hitbox allows you to do shit like this. 4-4-3-1 is a down forward 1-2. This increases your damage before bound so much. A simple 4-4-2 wall combo is going to do 85 damage. And something sad is that in this game you cannot resplat KUMA. His hitbox is way too big for him to actually like get off the wall here. You can always do that though if you want, like completely go somewhere else. But the important thing to take away here with KUMA is that down for 1-2 on low wall splat will still hit KUMA. So when his ass is on the ground, you can still hit him with down for 1-2. And it can even work after 2-2 down for 1-2. You see that? You can do 2 jabs in a row against KUMA. That's pretty insane. You can do 2-2-1-1-2. That also works. So KUMA is just a crazy combo dummy overall. And wall combo wise, you have some of the craziest in the game against KUMA. And I will show you a short clip which I recorded where with high wall splat against KUMA you have some crazy possibilities. So check that out. So that's a pretty insane example of what you can do, knowing that from jab you can connect while standing 1-2 afterwards, even very low to the ground. So I hope this guide has taught you about the possibilities of Devil Jin's combos in Tekken 6. Any questions you can leave them in the comments down below, I will likely be able to answer it. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned something. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Comment down below any questions you have, I will answer it. Thank you very much, I will see you next time, and peace.